Hello there. It's me, right here. No, not behind you, not over. Look, it's me, the sword, the one in your hand. That's me. I'm the sword. I'm the one talking. Like I said, hello there. Hey, take it easy. Don't drop me. I don't want any dents or chips or anything else that mars my shiny surface. Relax, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm charmed, not possessed. What, did they not tell you I talk? Of course they didn't. That's typical. You finally reach the age where they tell you to take up the family sword and go forth to wreak whatever havoc they want you to wreak, and they don't even tell you that the sword talks. I think it's a form of hazing at this point, that they never tell each other. They all seem to enjoy paying that little shock forward. Nope, I take that back. One of your ancestors was told. His father took pity on him and actually told him that I talk. But then he didn't believe it until I started speaking, so that doesn't really count. Anyway, now that you're here, congratulations. For getting this far, this is an honor. The family wouldn't have trusted you with me if they didn't think you were ready. You must have been training long and hard for this, even if you didn't realize that this was what you were training for. Oh yeah, I'm the big family secret. The reward for achieving a certain level of strength, dexterity, and resilience. You got the key to this room by working for it, just like so many of your ancestors did before you. I'm sure you've heard all the stories. Your family has a long history of adventures and epic battles, always going off to kill some monster or other, and then coming back to tell the tales and reap the rewards. I don't know if your line was somehow designated to be the protectors of the land, or if you all just took it upon yourselves, but I guess that doesn't matter. What matters is that it's your turn. You can consider me a family heirloom, the great and powerful magic sword, the weapon of choice for everyone that has borne your name over the past, hundreds of years now. Yikes. Time really flies, huh? Like I said, relax, you're fine. This part is supposed to be a bit confusing. You don't meet a talking sword every day. It's not a problem, I'm patient. How about you tell me your name? Good to meet you. You can call me Keen. You know, like a fine blade should be. Interesting. Nobody's asked me that in a long time. Usually they just want to head off and fight, but no, my story isn't one you need to know. It doesn't really matter how I got here. Maybe we'll get to it another time. Let's focus on the mission you've been given. No one comes to me without a mission. So what needs slaying? Come on, it's always something. Out with it. Well, that's a classic at least. How are there even any dragons left after all this time? That's surprising to me. Okay, well, I suppose we should head off. Are you already packed? Excellent. No, I'm ready to go. Don't worry about me. This is what I do. I'd much rather be on the road on a mission than sitting in that box waiting for something to happen. It's fine. Speaking of which, did they tell you anything about what I do? Or why I'm better than a regular sword? I get why they didn't tell you that I talk, but... Wow, just throwing you in without any sort of information, huh? Your family is... Anyway, how about I give you the quick rundown? I have all the usual enhancements, exceptionally strong and sharp, impossible to break by normal means, even though I can take small bits of damage like dents and chips. They're cosmetic, nothing more. And I fly true every time you throw me, as long as your heart is in it. Other than that, my greatest contribution is my knowledgeable company. I'm serious. I'm like the next level of your training. You've come this far, now you get me. I can give instruction on fighting techniques and styles to make you better. I can offer advice when something is life or death to keep you on the side of life. I can even make suggestions for what to do in various non-combat situations, but I'll be honest, your family hasn't really made much use of that part. They don't tend to want advice. They just tend to want strong, stabby, slashy. which is fine. I do what I'm instructed to do. I don't have a choice. I am magically bound to your family. Your ancestors, your descendants, all of them, and everyone in between, including you. I am loyal, sometimes to a fault. But if you do want advice, I always have it. Or even just conversation. I'm pretty good at that too. Especially since it's been a long time since I talked to anyone. Okay then, shall we? You can put me on your back. That's a good spot for me to hang out. Then we can still talk. Perfect. Lead on, brave adventurer. There's a dragon to slay, I guess. How you holding up? Yeah? Need some water or something? No, I don't eat or drink. I'm a sword, remember? I don't have a digestive system. Just a very sharp blade and a pointed personality. I know, I was trying to be funny. Remind me not to try that again. You seem a little preoccupied. You okay? Wanna talk about it? Like I said, I'm here to listen and offer conversation if you're feeling it. I'm not just a weapon. Well, I imagine we have to slay the dragon because it's terrorizing the countryside. Eating livestock, burning villages, stuff like that. That's what dragons used to do anyway. Why? What? Interesting. So there isn't a major dragon threat currently happening. They just think there's one out there and they want us to find it and kill it? That's awfully speculative on their part. Sounds like a lot of hearsay and rumors, and not even any serious danger, at least to the population at large. Well, I can see why you're lost in thought. It's hard to get excited about killing something that isn't doing any harm. Although honestly, that wouldn't have stopped most of the members of your family that I've met. Bloodthirsty lot, a lot of them. I mean, it suited them to be. You want the defenders of the land to be willing to do the messy work, you know? You want them to be killers if it comes to that. But if they're sending us out without a pressing threat to address, just fighting for fighting's sake? I don't know you all that well yet, but you do seem a bit different from them. You seem more thoughtful, especially since this is clearly on your mind. You're not striding full force into the impending battle with a song on your lips and a hunger to stab something large. Hey, I don't mean to insult you. You're strong and you've worked really hard. You've definitely earned a place in your family's lore. They have reason to be proud of you. If you want to go slay the dragon, assuming we find it, I'm with you. I'm there for it. Of course, I'm your sword. But if you ever want to talk about other things, maybe stuff that's weighing on you, I'm here for that too. Just whatever comes up. We could talk about how it's not necessarily a bad thing to be different from your family, or to maybe not want to do exactly what they have in mind for you. You're a person with agency of your own, you know. You can strike off in the direction of your choice. I get that. You don't want to let them down, and that's understandable. But consider also the person that you are. Being true to that person is important. Possibly even more important than pleasing the family or doing what's expected of you. It's food for thought, at least. You're not some mindless murder hobo, you're you. Strong, smart, and capable of making decisions entirely on your own. Don't mind me, I'm just talking. You have a particular vibe, and it's bringing out the advice giver in me. Is it a bad thing? Do you want me to shut up? Okay then. You and I, we have a connection. Through family and through magic. I wouldn't be so conversational if you weren't receptive to it on some level. You have thoughts about what we're out here to do. You have thoughts about your family. I have some of those too, even as loyal as I am to your line. So it's perfectly fine for us to talk. Just because the people in your family rarely want to hear my advice doesn't mean I don't still have some to give. And it doesn't mean that you might not want to hear it. Like I said, you have agency. You can make your own choices. Now that, I believe. Your family has always wanted to do good. You've wanted to make the world a better place. Up to now, brute force was the big way to do that. Still might be. But don't worry, I don't doubt for a second that you want to do good for the people and the land. You radiate hero energy. It's a good thing. Your heart's in the right place. You just need to decide how you want to execute those desires. If you want to make the world better, you can. But there are more ways than fighting to do that. Lots of ways, actually. That's a good point. The scale also matters. Slaying a dragon is a grand gesture, one that can make a big difference. But there are also smaller things that make a difference. Maybe they only make a difference to one or two people, but that can be huge to them. And that can have a ripple effect. The world is a better place in smaller increments. All of it contributes to the net positive that you can do. All of it has value. Oh, hang on, speaking of small things. Something happening up ahead. Looks like a mugging. A group of ruffians going after a farmer or something? Interesting choice of target. I doubt he has much of value. Would you like to intervene? Start making a difference right now? Hey, that's up to you. What do you have in mind? You could. You could use me right now to kill every last one of those brigands. The farmer would be saved. You could also try something else. You're smart. Think about it. What are some ways you could handle this that don't involve stabbing everyone who isn't the farmer? Violence is still an option. It just doesn't have to be lethal. You get me? Now you're getting somewhere. You could address them directly and run them off. You could set a trap for them. You could swoop in and get the farmer out of there. Whatever feels right to you. This is your adventure, my friend. Well, our adventure. But I defer to you. You are faced with a situation. A small one, but it still matters. What would you like to do? I am on board with that. How's your hand-to-hand fighting, just in case? Perfect. Keep me strapped in for as long as you can. The minute you pull me out, someone will get hurt. Good. Okay then, go tell them to stop. Nicely done, very authoritative. And they didn't listen. What a shock. I guess we don't look like much, just a random traveler on the road. Shall we beat them up? And by we, I mean you. You can handle it. Look, the first one's making it easy, charging at you like an idiot. Ooh, nice. Impressive. And he's not dead. Oh, careful. Next one. Oh, well done. You managed to not land him against that boulder. That probably would have killed him. Very nice. The third one is hesitating. You want to try the talking thing again? Yep, he's gone. But maybe he'll think twice about being a terrible person. Check on the farmer now, make sure he's okay. I'll be quiet. Don't want to have to explain a talking sword. Just make sure he's okay and we can get back on our way. Well done. You handled that appropriately. And no one had to actually die. Restraint is a good thing. And I think you're capable of a lot of good things. So should we head off toward the dragon now? Oh, what do you have in mind? Oh, I see. You liked that. You want to keep making a difference at these smaller levels instead of the grand monster hunt that may or may not go anywhere. No, I get it. It's a positive. You want to do some actual good for the people directly. You want to be more hands-on. I approve of that. Maybe your family would still be proud of you for being a hero to the people. Or maybe what they want for you doesn't matter as much as what you want for you. Just think about it. It's not like the dragon's going anywhere. We can get back to that quest if we need to. For now, I'm game to travel the lands and see what small positive changes we can make. All of it makes a difference. All of it matters. You've been a pleasant surprise so far, sweetness. Let's see where we go from here. Special shout out to this audio's randomly selected sweetness patron, Catbug. Thank you so much to all my patrons for keeping this channel going. If you like what you hear, be sure to hit the subscribe button below. And check out the links in the description for my other channels and ways to support me. Thanks for listening.